Okay, so in review, we want to talk about the pieces that make up our emergency survival kit. We have effectively built our shelter. We've gotten fire. We've used it for several things. We have gotten our water so that our body can maintain a hydration level. We've signaled for rescue, and we've talked about how to navigate if we have to. Walking through what I call the 10 C's of survivability, we have used quite a few of these 10 C's just in what we've done so far. There are many other things that you can do in a short-term 72-hour scenario to help affect your survivability, and the rest of these tools that we have not used will help that. And we're going to walk through the 10 C's of survivability real fast as a review and talk about the multifunctionality of the individual pieces on a small scale. So within our 10 C's of survivability, we need several things. The first one is a good set of cutting tools or a cutting tool. In this case, we have chosen a Mora knife, a folding saw, and we have a cloth sail needle attached to the sheath, which is one of our 10 C's that we haven't discussed yet, and we'll come back to that in a moment. For combustion, we've chosen Surefire in Mini and Micro Inferno, either or, as well as an encased ferrocerium rod that will protect the rod and also has a built-in striker and case in the back side to house our waterproof tinder. Our container is a 32-ounce stainless steel bottle with a nesting cup and an attached pack stove to get that up off the coals to help us boil our water faster with less fuel. We have a couple different types of cordages that we've used. This is a number 36 bank line, which is a tarred mariner's line, also known as a catfish line. We have the cordage that we used on our shelter behind us that is orange. And then for our cover element, we have this blanket, which is a microfiber blanket by Aquamira. We have a 55-gallon drum liner that is 3 mil. We have the emergency space blanket tarp behind us. That is the first 5 C's of survivability. In the second 5 C's of survivability, we've talked about our bandana a little bit and what we can do with that. We can use that for carrying things. We can use it for hygiene. We can use it for signaling. We can use it to make char cloth. So it's a very multifunctional item that we can carry. The second 5C, or the number 7 5C, would be cargo tape. I would suggest a 2-inch roll and a whole roll if you can carry it. Gorilla Tape is really a good brand of duct tape that has a lot of uses. This can be used for fire. It can be used for repair. It can be used for many, many things, and you can build just about anything you have to out of duct tape in an emergency if you have enough of it, including a container if you had to. We had a candling device, which again has to be multifunctional because it has to have flash mode to make it signal. This one is 70 lumens. This is the Princeton Tech. And then a good compass of any kind will work, at least a decent one, that has some features that you need, like the mirror and a movable bezel ring like we talked about before. This happens to be a little bit less expensive compass. This is a Silva compass, but it will do for your absolute necessities if you have to have it. It does not have the magnifying glass on it. It does not have adjustable declination, which we didn't talk about. But for simply following a visual bearing and giving you the mirror for first aid and signaling, this compass will take care of both of those needs. The cloth sail needle, very simply, is a large, heavy needle that's made of steel, that has a wedge on the front. It can be magnetized ahead of time to be used as a improvised or backup compass in case something happens to your compass or you want to double check your compass. Because it is an awl and it's made for canvas or cloth sails, it's very good for repairing your gear. It can be used to pick a splinter or a stinger out of your skin. It can be used to pick flecks of dirt out of your skin and things like that. In emergencies, it could be used to sew up your skin with your cordage, but you can always use it to repair your gear as well. It doesn't weigh anything. It's very easy just to put that on the back of a knife sheath with a piece of duct tape and forget it's there. Okay, real quick, a couple more things to talk about. We talked about the 10 C's of survivability and our basic emergency survival type kit. We kept that kit in 2 things. Number 1, a waterproof bag, which is 5 liters. That is also orange, so it can be used for signaling, but it's also waterproof to be used as a container. That gives us more flexibility in our emergency kit. We had a backpack Doesn't have to be anything really fancy, just needs to be durable. This JanSport's pretty durable. It's got a rubber bottom in it to keep things dry. Any surplus backpack will usually be a pretty good one. We had a container that we kept our water bottle and our nesting cup in. This one just happens to be some type of Camelback container I picked up someplace. You can pick a lot of these up in a lot of places, including our website, that are made by people like Condor, Maxpedition, and things like that will hold a 32-ounce water bottle, but they're insulated so they keep the stuff warm or they keep the stuff cold, and that's important. Plus they consolidate your kit. Now beyond that, we have also developed a set of pamphlets that you can put in your backpack with Waterford Press that will help you understand some of these things in an emergency situation when you're not thinking as clearly. And these items can be placed in the bottom of your backpack. They're very lightweight and they are waterproof 100%. This one is on Wilderness First Aid, which we talked about how important that is. We've got 8 titles of this currently. We're working on 2 more on medicinal and edible plants as well as useful plants. We have one on building your survival kit from the beginning that talks through these 10 C's of survivability. We have shelter, fire, and water, signaling for rescue, basic and primitive navigation, improvised hunting weapons. Again, this is longer term survival stuff here beyond a 72-hour scenario. Basic tracking, improvised trapping. These titles that we talked about, these first 5 titles, are very important. If you build your survival kit and you carry these 4 titles in a 72-hour emergency kit, so you have first aid, navigation, signaling for rescue, and shelter, fire, and water in the bottom of your backpack, it takes up virtually no room whatsoever, and you'll have that information available if there's something that you forget. I'm Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School. I appreciate you joining me for this DVD. I hope that it answers some of the questions that you have about what you need to put in your kit for a short-term emergency type scenario in a wilderness setting. Don't forget to visit our website at www.thepathfinderschoolllc.com. Again, I thank you for your views. Thank you for your support, and I'll be back with another video as soon as I can.